It's about 4:45. We're back at the shop. We had a breakdown today, it's 2550. At first, we had done some pump adjustments yesterday to get the pump pressure back to the cutter head. It seems like it's losing a little cutter power. And in one of my previous videos on a 2550, we had replaced. I'll turn this around so you can see. All right, we're back. On a 2550 hydraulic cutter head Bandit stump grinder, you have an engagement cable, which engages by lever the hydraulic. This is a hydraulic pump. The cutter wheel is on a hydraulic motor, okay? Pump, motor. Well, it's engaged by a cable, and the cable comes up here, okay? And the cable will come over here. I took this top shield off. The cable comes over and actuates this lever onto the pump, okay? It pulls it forward or shuts it off. That shuts off the hydraulic fluid running to the cutter head. So, what happened is it has a simple design across the bottom of this pump. It's a metal bracket. And these cables get old and we have to pull a little harder. And you think it's because the cable itself is, maybe rusty inside, or like a bicycle cable, how they get hard and stiff. They do get old. And I ordered a new one from Bunker Hill last year. Bunker Hill made it for me, put it on, the lever works fantastic. But this machine's, 5, 6 years old already. So it's had a lot of pressure pulled on it, okay? So let me show you what failed. Let's go over here. This is our failure. Okay, this is just a bracket. All right. Here we go. Give me a second here. One-handed man with a camera. Yeah. Anyway. So, otherwise, I'd have to call Bandit for this part. So, I've traced it out here. And here. One-handed showing you. And what I'll do, you see how it fatigued? These two bolts right here bolt on the hydraulic pump, okay? And right there where a bolt goes through, it fatigued because it stands out quite a bit longer and it's being pulled. This pulled and pushed, so it fatigued there, right? So you can see apparently they've been going for a while and finally decided today to say goodbye. But instead of ordering that part, what I have here, some scrap steel. This is a lintel that goes on the top of, like in a garage, they put it over the top before they brick over it. It's just a little bit heavier, thicker, but this is a good quality older steel that I had laying around. So I'll cut this out, then I'll cut this total shape out, and then I'll take it to my drill press, drill it out. So let me cut it out. I'll come back to you after it's cut out, rough cut out, and then we'll go from there, and then I'll drill press the proper size holes. It's great that I got this as a template, huh? Anyway, we'll do that. We'll fabricate it. We'll have the machine running tomorrow again. All right, but I'm not working late tonight. My wife's already called me about dinner, winter chicken dinner. Anyway, see you guys in the morning. All right, it's Saturday. You know what Saturday is. Normally I work for tools. Well, today I had to go buy a tool because I'm trying to make life easier for myself. Last night before I went in, I used the cut-off wheel on that lintel. Very thick steel. I don't have the exact measurement. I'll take tape measure later after I'm done cutting the part, but it's thick, okay? And here it is here. We cut it off. All right, you can tell it's, let's see how much thicker it is. Look, it's probably a 16th thicker. Yeah, it's about a 16th. Anyway, traced it out on here. All right, we have a rough cut, but I also examined something afterwards this morning, okay? This cutout here is to go underneath another drive motor connected to that hydraulic pump. Anyway, I don't really need this cut out. Maybe just a hair. I measured the clearance. It's straight bar stock goes underneath this. So this must be like a generic bracket, right? So I have to make this. Now, if you're in the stump grinding business, you got a machine, you need to learn how to start working on stuff yourself. Otherwise, these dealers, God bless them, we need them. But, you know, the shop rate is 100 or more an hour. And then they got to order a part. Sometimes you're down a week, or, you know, with COVID, who knows how long you'd be down. So I know I'd be down quite a bit if I went and ordered this. It'd be 1 week to get this part. All right, so I'm going to make it. So this is not going to be critical. I measured, but I looked at it. I looked at my fatigue points. This has already got oxidation on it, so that means this has been cracked for a long time, and this is what failed recently. Sometimes you can't tell. Minute hair cracks, and was a bolt going around here, so you can't even see it. And it's down in the machine. You couldn't even tell it was failing until it failed. All right. So I just traced out. I made a rough cut here, traced out everything, but I decided there is no clearance problem to go a little thicker. So I'm going thicker. And the main place I need it to be thicker is where this failure point was. So it'll be thicker here and thicker here. Okay. Here, you see that hole there? There was a hole in that lentil, or a piece of large angle iron, you want to call it. I'll weld that up. There's there's really no stress on this area right here between these two bolts. That's the failure point here. Okay. And it looks like this part was a little thinner, so it failed right here. That's a little thicker, and that's a little thinner. So we're going to go a little thicker. I've already measured for clearances. Going thicker or straight across, make my cuts easy. And this piece should go right on there. Right? If it doesn't, I'll show you how I messed up. I won't hide anything. I'll round off these edges, round it off here, round it off there, just so it won't be sharp, putting it in. I'll weld up that hole, and we'll just go for there. But, like I say, today's Saturday, right? So, I had to wait till 8 o'clock in the morning, so I drew all this out. I went and got the Bauer. It's a handheld bandsaw, right? And you know what? God must be good to me, because I walked in, normally it's 129 or a little more, maybe around 150. I'm not sure, don't hold me to it. Today, it was $89 because I belong to the Harbor Freight Club. Harbor Freight is only about 10 minutes from the house. Now, one trick you need to know about this is before I walked out of the store, I started looking and it says, ooh, it says blades not included. So I bought these blades here. I bought two different ones. Yeah, I think they were like $13, $14 a piece. And it says 2 pieces in there, all right? This one here is for cutting 1/8 inch to 1/4 inch stock. And this one has 2 different size blades in it. So, and for the thicker stuff, which I have, 1/4 inch or thicker, I need 10 to 14 teeth per inch. So I bought this one, 10 to 14 for 1/4 inch and thicker stock. So I bought these. They're cobalt, bimetal, yada, yada, yada. Legendary performance, who knows, whatever. It says made in USA, not China. Made in USA. So we're going to do this. And also, I really wish I had this because I've been wanting this tool for a long time, but I just, you know, sometimes you just hesitate on stuff. There's a guy on eBay that makes a stand for this. There's another guy also makes a stand, but this other one guy is very reasonably priced where you could stand this up. It stands like this and has a flat table on it, so you could use it like a damn normal wood bandsaw. Okay, so that's what I'm going to do, and I'll make another video of that whenever I get that. I didn't want to order it and get the horse before the cart, so I bought that this morning. I'll use it to make my cuts here, and I'll tell you, we'll fix a Bandit, and we'll do a review on that, and if it's worth a flip cutting this thicker stock. All right, so hang around. I'll let you know. Okay, we've cut out the main shape, we welded up the hole, and this, remember, we're making this out of a piece of junk steel, all right, but it's thicker. It's traced out. Remember, I don't need this cut out. I just drew this on here for all my references. So now I got to drill that hole, those two, and these are oblonged. So I've got a special place that machinists go and see if I can get a good, some kind of carbide deal the way I could put on my drill press and maybe wall those out for myself. Or just do like I always do. Use a die grinder for, okay, with a cutting bit and wallow it out. But I want to try something a little different. Now look, see how much beefier this one is? Remember, I didn't need to cut that out. And if I do, I can just cut a little piece out, a little fit. But what my reference is, I won't have to. This part hangs down, so I left it stronger. So right here at the breaking point, we're wider. We have clearance. We're wider. And remember, we're thicker. Anyway, it's just a little morning thing. Took me honestly an hour and a half to do all this cutting and stuff. Once again, the bandsaw is really nice. I like it. And once I get it mounted on a deal, they're heavy to hold up for a small part and hold it up. I'm gonna lie to you, to get an accurate straight cut, they're heavy. But that's why I want to buy that stand deal. I'll make a video just on that for you guys and for me. Anyway, we'll continue on. I'll show you the piece when we're all done. All right, we're done. It's the original, remember? It's broken. Some people are going to ask, well, Adam, why didn't you just weld that up? Well, I could have put a backing behind it, used a longer bolt, and then welded it, and then put a, you know what? I just didn't want to do this again because a buddy of mine that runs the same kind of machine, he used to work for me, he's had 2 of these failed, and one of them even was re-welded by a shop and failed. So, you know what? I just went for overkill. Sometimes overkill is better. Here's the completed part. I didn't think I was going to have to cut this out, but you know what? I learned the ease of installment because it was such tight leaving it straight like that. I just cut this notch out, dressed it up. And if you remember at the beginning of the video, there was a hold here somewhere. You know? Where was it? I don't know. It was right there. It's all welded up, ground off. Cleaned up. All the edges are rounded off. There's the original drawing. So, I've already test fitted. Everything fit, went up there real fast. I'm very happy. And now we have a part which I will have to, I'll prime it, spray can prime it, and spray it black instead of the yellow. That way I know it's a part that I have replaced. And it's just my habit, whenever I replace stuff, typically I paint them black. Maybe at the end of when this machine finally retires, the whole machine will be black. Anyway, I figure this part is not made by Bandit. It probably comes from the pump company. And so, you know what? You can't really blame Bandit. And I didn't have to oblong the holes. I measured them exactly. Went with, I test fitted this, saw where they were actually going in. And then I lined it up here, made a mark, and then drilled them. And one thing I did do, I went to this place called Wholesale Tool. They're a nationwide company, and the guys there were so great. They gave me a professional grade carbide router in case I needed to oblong them. One of them I did just clean it up a little bit, but I also bought some high grade singular drill bits for exactly this size. They gave me that size, and these two here, since this is such a thick piece of steel, and I have a drill press in another part of my shop, I bought a German drill bit, and they were like getting rid of this allotment, and it came in, I'm just going to say, the drill bit only cost, it was like 75 cents or $1 or something like that. I was very impressed. This one they gave me, it was more money. I bought a German drill bit too. But these, it had like a big box full, like 75 cents, and some other box. It was by the pound, drill bits by the pound from Germany. These guys buy out companies and stuff like that. So very happy. They've treated me like a king when I go there. And to do this, remember I used the bandsaw, right, that I bought. I like it heavy, but once I put it on the stand, I'll make another video. It would have been really easy if this was on the stand, to where I could have went like a normal wooden bandsaws are. I could have cut this out really fast and nice. But I used it to make the straight cut. You saw that. And basically I did this with a 4.5 inch grinder. That's Harbor Freight, the Bauer. I used the cutting blade, all right. I used the grinding blade. And what else did I use here? Got so much. Oh, I did do a little chasing with this one here. This one uses a 3 inches. I just did a little finessing around when I was making the last cuts around here. So honestly, I could have done this whole job with just this and some drill bits. So the whole purpose of this video is one thing, guys. You can do this, all right? You know, I didn't go to school for fabrication or anything here. I just thought it out and blah blah blah, and I made it. So whether you're, got a truck, whatever, you can do it. Oh, and I use my Hobart welder. Over there is a Yes welder, a 220, the brand newer ones. I just took it out of the box. I haven't even used it yet. It looks like a mess over there, don't it? But anyway, my 140 amp Hobart was sitting here, and it had flux core wire on it already, so I rolled it over here, welded up the hole, grinded it, and it did a damn good job. And my vise is just sitting here. It's not bolted down because I want to make a steel table. So I know someone's going to say, hey, you're working on top of I'm working on a portable whatever. Any flat surface I got in my shop, it looks like a mess right now, but I just dropped things on. So I got to clean it up. So this was thick stock, remember? From an old angle iron deal. Anyway, and all you guys that are ex-military, there's stuff going on with Afghanistan. I don't care if you're from Britain, Australia, if you're a NATO soldier and U.S. soldier, and U.S. soldier means Army, and, the Marine Corps is different, I just want to tell you, thank you from the bottom of my heart. You didn't go unnoticed. It's a 20-year war. It wasn't for nothing, okay? After 9/11, you made us safe. And to you guys that have lost limbs or come back damaged or whatever, find a support group. I'm messed up myself, guys. I mean, I've got a broken neck with a steel cage in it. I just got a new hip. My 2 shoulders that need surgery is done, but I'm not going to do it. I just modified my lifestyle. Adapt and overcome. If stuff gets to you at night, if you're a cop and all the negativity or whatever, just tune it out. Go to your shop. Build something. Spend some time with your kids. Teach them how to build something. Or even play a video game with them, It's okay. There's enough garbage in the world. Go to your shop and hide for a while and build something. Maybe make something for a wife, come up with if you don't know how to do this, take some classes at night. If you're a veteran, there's the GI Bill and all, use some of that money at nighttime. Take a welding class, or maybe you could fabricate something, and woodworking class, something to occupy your time in your life. Life's not over yet, all right? And adapt and overcome. God bless you. We'll see you in the next time. I'm going to spray can this, paint it all on, and get Big Booty Judy back on the road again to grinding on Monday. Thank you for all your support, and thank you for all the subscribers. And to all you that get the stickers, you know what? It's part of me you got with you. God bless.